everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Tapping with TT with my special guest, Tamar Braxton, and her beautiful mother, Evelyn Braxton. They are all here today. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, sis.
Well, first of all, me and you got to catch up behind the scenes.
Yeah.
You look amazing.
Thank you.
I'm like, girl, where you aging like fine wine, child. You and your mama both.
Thank you.
How's the baby?
He's 11.
He's not a baby no
Not
more.
a baby, and it's not fair.
I know.
I know, because I only have one.
I know. Me and you have that
I know.
in common.
How old's yours?
He's 14 now.
Girl, it's not fair, is it?
And I miss him so much.
Yeah.
I know that sounds crazy, but I miss him.
I do too.
It's like
he won't let me kiss him. He won't let me do none of that. It's like, Mom, I'm on the phone. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Is he into any, like, what's his thing?
He's a gamer.
He's a gamer? Is he on? Is he streaming and stuff like
Not
that?
yet.
Okay.
You know, because I'm afraid of the internet and the
too.
people and their comments.
Yeah.
And so the age I gave him was 13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my son is into basketball.
Okay.
And that's his like thing. But he does not like social media.
No?
No.
Oh, wow.
Like I can't post anything about him. I can't post any highlights about him.
Really?
And he has social media, like he has a Snapchat and stuff like that, but he doesn't show his face.
Okay.
Like all he does is post sports stats. And,
Wow.
Yeah, so I love that about him, and I respect his
Yeah,
privacy.
that's good.
So like I don't post him. Like I'll block out his face. If I post a highlight, if I'm allowed to, I'll block out his face. But I respect his privacy.
Yeah, I get that. That's
Yeah.
kind of cool, actually.
Yeah. But I do miss him. Mama E, did you go through that when they got older? You missed them, or you were ready for them to go?
Well, not too much. We would go to the mall. They didn't want, during that time you went to the mall. They didn't want me to walk with them.
Yeah, I get that too.
I had to walk behind them.
But I recently moved back in with my mother last year. And then when I found my own place, she moved me out.
Wow.
So no, she didn't miss me much.
But you were grown at that time. So
I was grown. She had the people pack up my stuff and deliver it to my door.
So what was the thought process behind moving back home?
You know, I needed to, you know, and I really wanted to. You know, I went through like a difficult time, and I just wanted to be home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You wanted that mother's love.
I did.
Because that mother's love, no matter how old you get, that mother's love don't go nowhere.
No, it doesn't. And it was comforting and it was healing to me. And it was probably one of the best decisions I made.
And you're the baby out the bunch.
The youngest.
Yeah. So
The baby.
you still mama's baby. So I know there's a lot of love in
Yeah.
this cooking show that you guys have. And
Yeah.
I'm sure like the recipes, you know, taste really good because they say when you cook with love, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how did this come about? Was it when you moved in?
No, this show has been 10 years in the making.
Wow.
Yeah. And now that we had the opportunity to do it, you know, I really wanted to do this show. And I really wanted it not just for me, but for my mom, because this is her lifelong dream as well.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I feel like this is one of my favorite projects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that for you guys. I love that y'all are so fearless with just always, you know, pivoting and trying something new, not being afraid to do something. I remember, I'll never forget this one speech you did when you came out with the album when I think you were pregnant. What was that song you shot the video?
The one.
The one. And you were winning so many awards, and you were in your 30s at the time, and then you were like, you gave this speech, and it always stuck with me about like never giving up and like never letting people put time limits on your dreams.
That's right.
And like, I still remember that all these years later, the baby's 11. So let's say 11 years later, that speech, but the fact that you continue to just find new ways to be creative and to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
How tough is that though, to just fight through that?
You just have to surrender and know that it's God's time and not our time. And once you do that, life gets easier. And I know that sounds cliche, but it's the truth.
Yeah.
You know, you just have to surrender.
Yeah.
You really do.
That's the hardest part.
Yeah, but we're not in control. And I don't care how much we worry about it. It's not going to happen until it's time.
Yeah. And no matter how much you prepare for it, it's still God's timing.
It's his timing.
But the thing is, you have to be prepared.
You have to be prepared, you
Yeah.
know, so you have to be ready,
Yeah.
you know? So the question that people always ask me is like, so if I want to get into the music industry or the film industry, what can I do? I'm like, study, be ready.
Yeah. Be ready for the moment.
Have a great record to play
Yeah.
for people, you know,
Yeah.
have a great monologue to do. Yeah, be
Yeah.
prepared.
stay in the studio.
Hello.
Be disciplined.
Yeah.
Preparation is discipline.
It's the truth.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know that. Yeah.
No. Or want to accept that either.
Yeah. Because it's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. But that's something you instilled on the girls young, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
They had to rehearse. How long did you guys?
For hours. Every Saturday, a few hours. Yeah.
Right. That's right.
And when they got tired, you push.
There was no tired. Who's we gonna tell who's tired to?
I kept pushing.
Yeah.
You know, because anything you want, you have to work for.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean going on a job working, but working within yourself, preparing, and as you were saying, preparing yourself.
Yeah. What do you say to some of the moms? Because I get this a lot. They're kind of like, well, I don't want to push my child. I don't want to push them. And sometimes I say they do need pushing. Like, I don't try to push my dreams.
Right.
That's right.
Or live vicariously through my son. But I do feel he needs a little bit of pushing.
Yeah.
Because if I don't push him, he'll stay status quo.
That's right.
That's right.
And that's my biggest fear for my child. Does that ever go away?
For me, that never went away. You know, you want to sing, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? You have to sacrifice.
Yeah.
Okay? Get your homework done, practice, voice, and all of those things. How can you push someone too hard? You can't. If it's a dream within them, it will manifest itself.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah.
Yet they called me, what you guys used to
Jill Jackson.
Yeah. But guess what?
It paid off.
It paid off, and they're grinning all the way to the bank.
This is what she said.
That's right. Cha-ching.
Cha-ching.
Cha-ching. So let's talk about, I want to get more into the cooking show, right?
Yeah.
So tell me about some of the stuff that you guys have been experimenting with, because I love to cook, girl.
You do?
Oh, what? I
goodness.
love to cook.
Oh.
I'll be trying all types of recipes online. I fell in love with cooking during a pandemic. I felt that was therapeutic.
Yes, it was.
And I'm teaching my son how to cook and take his time.
Okay.
Because he's a boy. He just wants to rush. He cooks Sunday dinner, by the way.
Really? What do you make? What do you make?
Branzino.
Branzino?
Collard greens and buffalo mac and cheese.
Oh, that's good.
And it was really good. And then it was my mom's birthday on Sunday, and he got up, he made her scrambled eggs, and he put whipping cream in the
Heavy whipping cream?
Yes,
That's a
I
smart
never
guy.
did that.
That's right.
That's a smart guy.
I was like, this actually tastes good. And
It made them fluffy?
Eggs. Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I actually ate it. He put it on a tortilla, which was healthier.
Yeah.
And it was amazing.
I don't eat eggs either.
Yeah, I'm not an egg fan.
I don't eat eggs in nothing. As a matter of fact, if I can taste the egg in a food, I won't eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me about what you guys have been.
Well, your son it seems like he's about to be a chef because and this is
I
what
want to
the
put
show
him
is
on the
about.
show.
This show is yes, I would love him to come. The show is about getting the basics. Like when you said when he put the heavy whipping cream in eggs, like smart, simple things like that people think that is so complicated, right? This show is not for the Michelin chef. This show is for people who want to know how to cook, feel like it's too hard for them and it's intimidated by cooking. And we have good, simple recipes. So you're not intimidated, but you come across like you a chef.
Yeah.
Like we are.
What about seasonings? Go ahead, Mom.
Just basically simplicity.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, and yet
Making it
flavorful.
yours.
Flavorful.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I have to have flavor in my food.
We all got to have flavor in our
Not
food.
salty flavor.
No,
but
because
yes.
when you was about to ask about seasonings, I have this love-hate relationship with salt.
Yeah.
Because people think that salt is the seasoning.
It's
and
not.
it's not.
I don't use salt in none of my food.
Really? Because I believe salt makes things salty.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not flavorful.
And it takes away the flavor.
It absolutely
Yeah.
does. It absolutely does. Yeah.
Wow. So Thanksgiving at you guys' house is crazy. Any
Yeah.
holiday.
Yeah, it is.
Who's fighting over the cooking? Or y'all all kind of...
It's not a lot of fighting because usually Tony is going to opt out at the last minute. It's true. Trina's going to be very basic with what she's going to make every year, which is the ham and corn pudding, and that's it. And everything else is me and my mother.
Yeah. I love that.
And Tamar is with the fish. She's really good with the fish.
Yeah, but she doesn't cook Thanksgiving dinner with us, Mommy. Let's be real. I know you want to include your children, but they don't. Okay.
Well,
I'm just being
what?
honest.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay. She's good with fish.
So what's Tamar's specialty?
Her macaroni and cheese.
Okay, Tamar, break that down. What do you put in it?
I don't put eggs in it. So I use heavy whipping cream as my thickening my thickening agent.
Yeah.
So I make a cheese roux.
Okay.
I don't use flour either.
Okay.
Yeah, don't put no flour in my macaroni and cheese, please.
Yeah.
So
I never use flour either.
yeah,
I didn't even
the people
know it
use
goes-
flour.
Yeah, I never-
The people use eggs. It's not a quiche.
They do.
Yeah.
Okay.
They do.
Yeah, I don't do that. So I just make a bechamel cheese sauce and the noodles and seasonings, and that's it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what's Mom's favorite dish? What's
All
her
of them. However, my favorite is the seafood blend that's been in my family, oh my God, for generations from my mom.
Wow.
But the good thing about it is that we put it out there now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So can people buy you guys' recipes and like, or is it going to be like a book that comes out, a recipe book?
Soon to come.
Okay.
Soon to come.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I could see like a Braxton's pie, and who does the baking in the family?
Me and my mother.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Timor, you like all around, huh?
Yeah. Cooking
I
has
taught her
been
well.
yes,
You
and
taught her
cooking has
well.
been my therapy for years.
Yeah.
You know, if I had a rough day, you can guarantee I'm going to make a big spread. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's it just gives me comfort.
That's me too. Like food is such a comfort zone for me. That's
It
why
is.
like I could be 3 different women in 1 year. Size 7, 8,
Absolutely.
4. You know, like
For
I'm
sure.
like 5. You go in my closet, look like 5 women live
Yeah.
there. Because
Yeah.
I'm always.
So
like,
when you cook, do you eat your food?
I do.
You
as,
do?
As I'm cooking, I do taste my food. But when it's time
Yeah.
to sit down and eat,
You don't eat it.
I,
Me either.
Because I'm full from
Yeah.
like cooking.
Tasting.
Yeah, tasting
Yeah.
and making sure it's flavorful.
That's right.
You know, I don't cook with like a lot of salt and stuff like that, but I like it to have a good. I like to try different things.
Yeah.
But you know, the thing that I struggle with is baking.
Really?
For whatever reason, I cannot get that thing down.
Well, baking is not cooking. Baking is
Yeah.
baking.
That's a lot. Yes, it is.
It's two different things,
It's
and a lot of
very
people put it
different.
in the same category, and
But
it's
it's
two
not.
totally different things.
Not. It's totally
yeah,
different.
yeah. You have to really practice at baking because
Yeah.
baking is science.
Yeah, it is. And it's also like measurements and making sure like it's the cakes and moist and like things of that nature.
You have to have patience
Very much
with,
so.
with baking,
I cook.
and
I've
she
been-
bakes too.
Yeah, and I bake,
Yeah.
for God's sake. Because
Yeah.
I've been doing it so long, I know what's supposed to go in there, the amount, just by looking.
Yeah. So, Mom, you know, I have to ask you: is food the best way to a man's heart?
Well, that's what we used to say that. But Tamar tells me that the simple foods, and what's the name of the
I don't know what you're talking about. I was waiting for you to answer the question. Is the food the way to the man's heart?
Wait, I'm getting there. She said the simple foods will keep a man. And,
Oh, like Alfredo and stuff?
Alfredo and all of that.
I guess so.
But my food, you know, is maybe, we cook a little differently.
Yeah.
She a little more modern than I am. But
But can you answer the question? It's
I'm
food.
getting-
Yeah.
But yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
You
gotta
think
do
it's the way to the man's heart?
I think it is.
Well, why you say that?
Because a man basically won't stay with you if you can't cook. Because he get tired of going out to dinner.
Oh, baby, but the men these
Get
days,
tired.
they want to go outside.
They want to be outside.
They don't wanna be home with no
They
home
don't-
cooked
They
meal.
don't appreciate
They
it.
don't want
They
the-
don't.
Mom, I feel like, I'm not going to lie, I feel like the men nowadays do not appreciate a good wife that can cook, clean, and handle the household.
No,
I
they
feel like
don't.
they don't appreciate it.
They don't
like
want
the
no
men.
wife. What do you mean wife? They don't want no
Yeah.
wife?
They
You
don't.
see, I started something, huh?
No, it's the truth.
I just feel like it's different. I feel
so
like
different.
your generation, the men
It is.
appreciated
Yeah.
coming
do.
home from a hard working day and having a home.
Yeah.
These guys, they want to be outside. They want to, if you get you one that's great, because there's a difference. I always tell people a house and a home is two different
Two
things.
different things.
Well, who paid for it?
Well,
Who paid for the food, guys?
he did.
Who paid? What you
Not
mean? Who
all
paid?
of them. Not all of them.
You said we paying for the food?
I think you women are doing too much.
Oh.
I feel attacked.
How about that? I would want to go out too if you guys was paying.
Did she eat us out?
Oh, wow.
I'm just saying.
Oh, well, we mic check. We need to drop that. So we need to fall back, is what you're saying.
That's what you need to do. I mean, why wouldn't he want to go out? Y'all paying, for God's sakes.
We putting out too much.
Putting out, you're paying for the food, you're buying this, you're buying that, and what have you. Come on, guys.
We doing the tricking. Okay.
Yeah.
Come
And
on,
they got
guys.
too comfortable.
They're very comfortable.
Yeah.
It's
You're
true.
probably even driving to the restaurant.
She ate us out.
Why would he drive?
Mama!
No, I'm just saying, since y'all bought me into
Why
it.
would he drive?
Whoa.
Why would he?
She ate. Okay.
Come on.
So the girls, we need to fall back something.
You need to do something, for God's sake, and not all of that, what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're probably even buying his clothes.
Making sure you look good.
Making sure he look good, because you want people to compliment you. Oh, your man fine.
Ooh.
At your expense. I'm just saying. Let's just keep it real.
Yeah. I mean.
Probably help buying his car.
Okay, Mama. And is.
You know, his jewelry.
Okay, Mama.
So don't have to buy you any.
So we need to make sure he an ugly man and not.
The ugly
The
one
other
too.
ones are doing it too. Which I don't think they're any
There is no difference between an
men.
ugly and a fine man.
That's
no, Mama.
right.
It's the same thing.
I
It's
mean,
the same
what?
thing. Wow.
And we didn't do that.
You let the men court you.
We let the men court us. They took us out. They picked us up. They bought us flowers. They bought us jewelry. I'm just saying.
We gotta fall back, ladies. We
They
have
all
to fall
dead.
back.
Nobody is in the streets doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's you guys probably think that's the only way you can keep the man.
Oh,
Take
gosh.
care of
Well,
him.
how
That's
do we
alive.
keep them without doing all that? How do most men like? I'm blessed. I've been married, going on 7 years.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, 7
Yay.
Still early. I still feel like I'm still in the honeymoon phase.
Oh, look at God.
That's sweet.
Yeah, I feel like I'm still in the honeymoon, but we've had our ups and downs.
Yeah, but y'all are dinosaurs.
Yeah.
People are not married for 7 years.
Yeah. And I feel you gotta genuinely like
You
the
do.
person.
You really do.
You know what I mean? And I feel like sometimes the girls jump into it so quickly. Like I see on social media, they be in and out.
In and out.
And on to the next one. And I feel like, you gotta just genuinely like them. Like you gotta want to wake up and like see like the raw, authentic person, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of options.
It's a lot. For
men.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's a
And
lot of
A lot
options.
of men are there for the fish and the loaves.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And not they're here for a good time, not a long time.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Not there because they love you. They're there for what they can get.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Fish and the loaves. Like they didn't follow Jesus because they loved Jesus. They followed him to get what they could get because he was feeding them, healing them, all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Your mom got a point.
Let me tell you something. She has a point every day.
I see why you moved back in that house. girl.
Listen,
You
I needed
that.
it.
You needed that.
I needed the gems.
You needed the gems and the mama's love and the mama's prayers.
Yep.
We have to wake up as women, and especially as Black women.
Yeah.
You know, I'm somewhat a little disappointed.
I feel a little attacked. Can I get some water? I feel like I done got whipped.
but I know we have to wrap up, but like it's proven in the statistics that Black women are more successful, like with college degrees and all of this stuff, than they have previously in the past. So
Absolutely.
it's like, if we're doing all of this, we do have to raise our standards.
You have to. I mean, you may be doing all of this, got your degrees and this and that, but where's your wisdom?
Degrees can't buy wisdom.
No, it does not buy wisdom. So you got those things. Why did you get it? To take care of a man? To change?
Yeah.
You know?
We're going to marinate on that one.
Yeah.
I love it. So tell everybody when the show airs. She got us together. No, I could sit here and talk some more, but they giving me the rap finger. So this a great conversation.
Yeah.
I gotta bring y'all back
because
we gotta chit chat some more on this. But no, you are speaking facts. That is the truth, and I appreciate you for being honest. But let's tell everybody when the show airs.
You can catch cooking sessions on Clio TV on Wednesday nights at 9 o'clock.
I love that, and I'm gonna be checking it out, and I can't wait for you guys to drop the book, the recipe book, and then the recipes and all of that, and the seasonings and all of that good stuff. Tamar, you girl, you know I love you.
I love you back.
Always a pleasure catching up with you. And Mama E, thank you for dropping those gems. It's Tapping with TT. Thank you so much for tapping in.